So remember all the tweets we used to cringe in the beginning that Trump would put? I think everybody had that, oh, don't, because, well, we weren't used to it. Wouldn't you just welcome it now? I would welcome whatever he said. But here's what's interesting is that you do have to wonder, why does he say some of the things he does? So like he recently is called Stormy Daniels' HorseFace. And you think, why are you doing that? First of all, I don't care that he called her HorseFace. With what these women accuse people of, they have no evidence, and they come out of the woodwork like that. Yeah, yet they're accusing these men of the worst things possible. Think about it. I mean, it's so I would, if it was me, I'd be calling her worse than HorseFace, actually. But and I think a lot of times what this comes down to, especially when it's the wealthy, and I think this is true in some cases. These kinds of women, and a lot of them are feminists, they will go after a man because they get rejected by him. And then accuse them of something because their ego. It's like I said, it's important not to let your ego, make sure you recognize when your ego is driving the car. Because that's why it's easier just to give your life over to God every day and help you keep you out of your ego. Your ego gets you in trouble because there is women that will be so offended that they would be rejected by somebody that they'll go after them. They're that outright nasty and wicked. Yeah. Many times, they're your radical feminists, like radical commie type feminists. Yeah. But you have to wonder why Trump says, things like HorseFace. Now, I don't. This is my opinion. I think it's because it's to draw him out. I do. You could say, oh, that's horrible, he's baiting him. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Because look at what's been exposed because of that. Like everybody says, oh, Trump's just a loose cannon and he's firing off at everybody. I don't think he is. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I think he reads people. He knows he knew the amount of feminists that would be hating on him. And look at what happened when he came into office. They lost their minds, the feminists. They did. All those, and what did they expose themselves to be? Man haters. They did. That they hate men so much that they promote women to be nasty. They promote women to be trashy. They promote women to be promiscuous. All of this stuff. Like all ways to start chipping away at the foundation, right? Yeah, I know a bunch of feminists would be, you're trying to take us back to the old days. Yeah, well, sometimes there's something to be said for things being easier and not so much crime and so much liars in the world. Yeah, we kind of try to have a moral foundation. Yeah, the pussy parades aren't going to get you to any moral foundation. Let's be, quite honest. But I think it's just like with the FBI. Trump has exposed the FBI. Trump has exposed the silent government, the deep state. He has because of the things he says. Because they live in their ego. They think nothing can touch them. Nothing can get to them. He does because he tweets something and they don't like it. How dare he say that? And I think even E. Jean Carroll, one of her recent, or one of her posts was along these lines. He ruined my reputation and who I am. Oh, get over it. You're just trying to take somebody down because you're trying to help destroy America. And I know people think that's crazy, or some people would, but to me it's obvious. It should be obvious who she is, just like it should be obvious who that woman was that went after Brett Kavanaugh. They all are in that same ideology, and they are the ones that have no problem lying through their teeth just to go after somebody because they live for the party. Did you read George Orwell's 1984 or watch the movie? Yeah, it's all about the party, right? We serve the party. anything, will do anything, no matter how bad, no matter how depraved, will do it. It's all for the party. That's what those feminists do. That's what those E. Jean Carrolls and that woman that went after Kavanaugh do. Anything for the party. It doesn't matter. The ends justify the means to them. Yep. So I think Trump makes some of these statements like HorseFace and that, because he knows it's going to, not that he wants to aggravate them, but show these people for who they are. Because what ends up happening, they expose themselves. Because otherwise, what's happened throughout history, these women come and go whenever, somebody comes along that a certain president appoints, and then, you get your feminists coming out. Yeah, he did this to me 30 years ago. They did it to Clarence Thomas. They've done it to politics. It's gone on forever. It's just, they use it as much as they throw the race card out there. It's like so old. So I don't think it does any good to just, be vindicated, and then it's just forgotten about. So what is Trump doing? Somehow his presidency managed to expose all the most depraved organizations, which is all of them, in our country. The feminist movement, the deep state, the FBI, the CIA, you name it, the DOJ, the education system, the Board of Education, the healthcare system, Obamacare. I mean, it's all managed. Even exposing Obama, which Trump knew who he was. He was the only one speaking up about it 20 years ago. So, I think he knows what he's doing. I don't think he's just some loose cannon. Not at all. He's doing it because he knows that he's doing it for a reason. Put it that way. I hate to say baiting, because I don't know that he maybe you bait him. Yeah, because they're a danger to society, these people. While they are the people that accuse everyone else of hurting them, but they're the ones that are the danger. Like, this is how it is with everything. We were taught the FBI protects America. We see it does not. It does everything to hurt America. We see that with Department of Justice. We see that with CIA. We see that with the swamp, right? You think medicine knows everything and they're the experts. It's like, no, they've never come up with one cure. Not one. You can't name one. The education system. Oh, we have the best education system, except they're full of secret societies. We're these same people that are in that create the feminist movements, that create all of these different layers of government and unions and associations and blah, 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 and all this red tape end up weighing our country down, and they will do anything to advance their political agenda. They are sick people. So, yeah, I'm okay if he baits them. Because if they're in their ego, and you can always tell when they're in their ego, because it will bother them, what he says. Yeah. Like, it shouldn't bother you what people say, or maybe it upsets you or hurts, but if it bothers you so much, that I think he knows with the feminist movement, there's so much bent up rage and anger in them. It doesn't take much with that group. It doesn't. It doesn't, because they will justify, instead of looking at themselves, they will justify projecting their anger out onto everyone else. Doesn't matter that Trump was doing something about saving, in his administration, about helping and getting people out of eradicating trafficking. It wouldn't matter to this group. No, the ends justify the means. He's an enemy. They don't care about anybody else. So, Trump's done a great job at exposing all of the depravity in this country and all of the systems, organizations, and associations that do nothing to advance freedom or greatness, but actually they destroy it.